Hello all, I'm iRated and welcome to my video. As you can see by the title, I will be reviewing the Venic, or better known as the Vector. You will see three different types of classes throughout this video, one which is more tailored towards ADS and mobility, another which is focused on damage and damage range, and lastly how I use this gun in Warzone. So to begin with the attachments for the ADS class, I began with the TAC laser. This increases the ADS speed, aim and stability, and the aim steadiness. I then opted for no stock over the Forged TAC CQS, this is for the added movement speed. I then used the stippled grip tape, again this increases the ADS and sprint to fire speed. I then used the 40 round mag, which does have a negative impact on ADS and movement speed, however it is a must for this gun. And I did begin with sleight of hand, however I quickly changed to SMG, this is something that I will touch on later on in the video. So let's get into the pros and cons for the ADS class. I'm going to start by saying the ADS speed was insane. I would get the drop on the enemy 9 out of 10 times, which in hardcore modes was a big bonus and more or less guaranteed me the kill. However, in core game modes, not so much. The damage did seem to drop off rapidly compared to other SMGs, for example MP5 or the MP7, and this is why I swapped from sleight of hand to FMJ for the core game modes. I did then swap back to sleight of hand for the hardcore modes. The mobility of this class was also a big bonus. I felt quick, I was able to react well and move through open spaces quickly, which did help avoid getting killed. If I'm going to be picky about this gun and class, I think the 40 round mag was not enough. Due to the high fire rate, I would rinse the mag very quickly and only get 1 to 2 kills a mag, very rarely getting 3. As I mentioned previously, the damage output did feel low compared to other SMGs. Even though I would get the first shot out, I'd very often find myself getting killed. And due to the lack of control attachments, it was hard to use at medium to long distances, and I do think it would be very difficult to get those insane kill feeds that we like to see. So moving on to the hardcore gameplay and the pros and cons of this class in hardcore. So again, the mobility and the ADS speed were incredible, and as mentioned before, I would get the drop on the opponent 9 out of 10 times, however this time I was almost guaranteed to kill every time. This is due to the fire rate of the gun being so high and health in hardcore being so low, paired with the quick mobility and the ADS speed that you have, and you have made yourself a very good, deadly hardcore class. Due to the lower health in hardcore, you can also get the kill feeds easier, assuming that they line up nicely for you, and you can get about 4 to 5 kills a mag. In hardcore, this gun wasn't useless at medium to long ranges, just wasn't the best at a damage perspective. I did get a couple of kills at range, however due to the gun having no control attachments, I did miss probably half of the mag. Overall, this gun was set up far better for hardcore game modes than it was core game modes. So moving on into the other class that I used, I began with the ZLR 18-inch deadfall barrel. It was a 2-in-1 barrel and suppressor that increased the damage range, recoil control and bullet velocity. The GI mini reflex, I'm not really a big fan of the iron sights and this did help with longer range kills. Similar to the other classes, I used FMJ, the stippled grip and the 40 round mag. So let me start by saying that this class was very good in both hardcore and core game modes. You really do notice the impact that the ZLR deadfall barrel gives you, as well as the gun having a stock. The gun does become usable at range due to the damage range and the recoil control that these two attachments give you, however you will still get outdamaged by most other guns in core game modes. It does also feel like the gun does slightly more damage at closer ranges in core modes, but due to the lower ADS speed you have, you're going to lack getting the drop and in my opinion die more frequently in these situations. In core mode you are still capable of getting 2 to 3 kills a mag, however I did notice that I was more commonly getting 3 kills. I think this is a combination of having higher control as well as slightly more deadly shots, therefore you're going to land more shots and get the kill. In my opinion, there are other SMGs that are still better, again the MP5 as well as the MP7. The deadfall is also a 2-in-1 attachment, therefore you get the benefit of another attachment, making this gun a little bit more customizable. So in hardcore, the only advantage that this class really had over the ADS class is that it is usable at range. I did find myself getting long shots over some ARs, but not too often. And the issue is this is a submachine gun, you don't tend to use them at long ranges. I personally don't think that this outweighs the benefits of the ADS speed within hardcore. So we're going to take a quick look at how I run this gun in Warzone. It is very similar to one of the multiplayer classes that I used, the one with the ZLR 18-inch deadfall barrel, the GI mini reflex. I do use the Merc foregrip. This reduces the recoil control and improves the hipfire accuracy, which I find useful in Warzone, the 40 round mag and sleight of hand over FMJ. in Warzone, this gun is very, very deadly at close ranges. It would absolutely shred through enemies' armour and kill them very quickly. I would rarely get out damaged by guns like the Grau, the M4, the M13, MP7 and MP5. I think I might go as far to say that this is potentially the best CQB gun in Warzone. The Merc foregrip does help with the smaller hip fire and crosshair. This is very useful when jumping over through a window and hip firing someone. The issue is you might get between 1 to 2 kills a mag. This does massively depend on the enemy's armour. This gun though is fairly ineffective over a distance of 20 meters, and you may as well then swap out to the other gun that you are running. And thank you for watching my review on the Venic or the Vector. If you did like the video, please leave a like and subscribe. This is my first YouTube video, so any feedback that you guys have would be much appreciated. And if you do want to follow me on Instagram or Twitter, the links will be in the description below.